I could finally talk about this. This amazing opportunity. What's cracking, guys? Omar Isaf here, back with another video. I hope you're doing well. For those saying, Omar, did you just clickbait me? Sit down, kid. Life comes at you pretty fast. This is probably the most important video in the channel's history, and I'm being dead serious. I do say history here because I'll cut right to it. I'll give you the short story, then I'll give you the long story. Like I said, sit down, enjoy yourself. Without any hyperbole or exaggeration, your boy right here, the Surf Clan, has his own series on the History Channel called Ancient Workouts with Omar. I am 1000% serious. So here's what I want you to do. The first episode is live right now. It's all about Roman gladiators. I want you to like the video. I want you to leave a comment. I want to see 1,000 comments pronto. And I want you to share it with everyone you know. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, okay, Omar jokes around a lot. This isn't serious, is it? Well, let me show you the trailer right now for the series.
I'm Omar Isaf, and this is Ancient Workouts with Omar. In each episode, we examine the culture of one ancient group of warriors and try to apply aspects of their training, nutrition, and mentality into our own exercise routines.
Who are the Apache? What did their training look like? We got an expert on this topic. Medieval knights were the apex warrior of Europe. The skills that they developed during warfare stand the test of time. Hamstrings, glutes, lower back. Modern warriors, let's get started.
Are you convinced right now? Your boy, he made it, and I have you to thank, the viewer. And I mean that sincerely. And here's what I mean. From producing content for over 10 years of a fitness variety of trying to make informative content directly led to this opportunity. Because I have to give the biggest shout out. You're probably wondering, like, what the hell? How did this come to be? To Brian Huffman, the executive producer, the creator of the show, who watches this channel. And how did that happen? Well, it probably came from you guys over the years, supporting, liking videos, sharing it, giving it the notoriety so that more people would see the content that led to this opportunity. And so Brian approached me with this concept of ancient workouts, of taking a historical look at what ancient warriors would do when it came to their training, incorporating modern science, exercise science, to kind of synthesize, because we're speculating here, an exciting workout for people to do that would be both beginner friendly, but also for people that would either view this channel or just fitness enthusiasts in general. Now, I'm gonna tell you the long story, but before I go on, if you've ever enjoyed this channel whatsoever, if you ever had some sort of utility derived from the content, if you thought to yourself, oh, Omar, he's not a bad guy, it would mean the world to me if, once again, you could check out the first episode. They're every other Saturday on the History Channel. The link is down below to like the video, leave a comment. I want to see those 1,000 comments and share it with everyone you know. Because I will tell you this, we got plans, we got ambitions, and I could say this straight up. I did sign that NDA, so I'm going to be careful what I say. Depending upon how this does, it can definitely lead to more opportunities. And right here, I got a ton of ideas because this is a very exciting opportunity. You know, it's kind of surreal to think that I started filming content over a decade ago, literally in my backyard, talking about, you know, how to squat, how to deadlift, nutritional guidance, advice for people, practical tips. And there always was, since inception, the idea of trying to impart some sort of advice that would have that high utility. So no BS, straight to the point, things that help people out. And that kind of was counter to the common grain of what was being produced at the time. And a lot of people probably won't remember this because it's over a decade ago. OG subscribers know this. But the overall YouTube landscape and the fitness landscape, it kind of was the Wild West, right? People were really talking about themselves. There were a lot of people that were, if I'm being honest, on PEDs that were the most popular, most prominent. They were espousing things that weren't, you know, scientifically verified. And that's not necessarily a problem, but it's more ego-driven. And so there wasn't really a space to create informative content. So there were some pioneers in the space, predecessors that came before me. I was kind of early on the scene. Shaped it, tried to get better over time, continued furthering my education, ran into the tippity top of the people in the exercise science field, people like Dr. Eric Helms, who's in the series actually, which I'm going to get to in a second. That's super cool. We got Dr. Eric Trexler, we have Dr. Mike Zordos, we have Dr. Sam Spinelli. So taking the best of the best in the industry and now disseminating it for the masses. But it's kind of this surreal full circle moment. It was hard to not talk about this when I was first approached, because again, this opportunity, you only perhaps in life get so many opportunities like this. So when you get one, you take it and run. But it's once again surreal to me because last year I was approached in August. We had a quick turnaround time. So Brian, once again, who I can't thank enough, the person that made this happen. And when I say this is a tiny miracle, I actually truly mean it, because he came up with the idea, he fought for the idea, and they found out, I'm Canadian, things, once again, with the COVID pandemic, it was hard to get that travel visa, me to go to New York, so the studios at the History Channel or film, he made it happen. He sent a director from America to Canada to film this. It was a crew of 20 from the inception. Once again, I participated on every level, and so what I'm so grateful for is that the finished product feels authentically like myself, because I wrote the scripts, we collaborated on the ideas, we have genuine advice being given, so actually verified information, both when it comes to training. Like I said, we got my boy Eric Helm, so we have the people leading some of the research, the most important research in the industry, now potentially talking to a very mainstream audience. And so it did take me back a little bit when I first posted on Instagram. I finally shared the announcement a few days ago, and all the there's over 1,000, and I'm going to make it a point to respond to everyone, because I don't forget everyone showing up and all the positive words, and the people that came that I haven't spoke to for years, which is all the encouragement, that it really was a full circle moment. Because when you endeavor to start something, you think to yourself, yeah, like I think, we're making a change here, or what we're doing. I'm proud always of the work that I've done when it came to YouTube, when it came to the content, very comfortable with kind of the career trajectory. I was comfortable with every choice that I made, or the choices I didn't make in terms of compromising on some of my integrity or some of my values. But then to receive some of that external validation, being approached by an executive producer like this, and I told him, this is a true story, and this is why I'm sharing some of it. I told Brian, I said, hey man, like if I'm guy number 5, if I'm guy number 6 in the line for this, that's okay. Just tell me straight. Like this opportunity, this idea sounds really fascinating. I'm all the way for it. And he said, no, like I want you. This is what it's about. And so to be validated on that level, where they observe the content, the ability to talk in front of the camera, the level of knowledge, the requisite knowledge in order to talk to, once again, the masses, make it accessible. So take some of this high level knowledge, make it accessible, make it dynamic, engaging, to be trusted with a project of this magnitude, actually really means a lot. And so I just want to say, for everyone watching this video, a sincere thank you for making this happen, and that I'm not going anywhere. This explains why, perhaps, now this makes a lot more sense, why I was absent from my own channel producing this series, because there are 9 episodes for the first season. They're every other Saturday. Once again, the link is in my description to check out that first one. I think it might be on the streaming service too. I won't say where else I think it's getting picked up. I'll wait for them to announce it, because there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes, but there's a lot of good energy behind it. And like I said before, what's really cool, we were able to do some ancient warrior challenges. So we did things that were evocative of times past, using some of that fortitude, the mental grit, determination, really examining from a historical perspective what these individuals did. Understanding that there is a speculative aspect to this, because we don't know everything. We do have documents, primary sources of people like the gladiators, for instance, Philostratus, talking about the tetrad system, and then combining that once again with modern science, with what we know, to produce the best possible results. And what is exciting for me, a lot of you probably realize this from following the channel for years, and you see all the mythological designs, is that I think Brian knew my interest in history, but I don't think he knew how deep it went. That's why for Rascal Apparel, the mythology line, all the designs, I come up with the designs. This has been an intense area of interest for me since I was a kid. Hannibal Barca is my favorite general of all time, of antiquity, in particular Carthage, #1, forever and always. But whether it be Mongolian history, Saladin, we go to antiquity. There's some episodes I want to do on Pyrrhus. Like a lot of people, they know Alexander the Great. Do you know where the origin of the phrase Pyrrhic victory comes from? It really allows me to dive deep into another area I'm very passionate about, while combining it with something that I currently talk about into a whole new medium. So I'm not going to ramble this whole time. I did want to give a bit of that backstory. I do want to say that it is it's pretty crazy to me because it is a tiny miracle that it happened. And I do want to thank Brian Huffman. I want to thank Sarah Walker, the executive producers. I want to thank everyone that was on the set that made it happen because they were too damn kind. They were extremely generous. The staff, the cinematographer, everyone, the director, Adam, who shout out to Westside. I know he does Westside. So we actually had someone who lifts be the director of the show. So everything kind of came together and there were zero compromises. Every single request I had, I said, hey, Brian, I want to bring on some expert interviews with some of my, friends, some of my peers when it comes to either protein intake, periodization, Dr. Mike Zordos, like I said, Eric Helms, he said, absolutely. Oh, I want to do these movements. Absolutely. And so, like I said, there's a lot of really good energy. If you've ever supported the channel at all, it would mean a lot to me. No, go ahead, click a link, the link in the description, leave a like, leave a comment. I want to see 1,000 of those. Share with everyone you know. And once again, if there's enough momentum, this is just but the beginning. And as they say in the book Dune, the beginning is a delicate thing. And so I think it's something weird and wonderful. And I'm thankful, as always, for everything throughout the years. In particular, this opportunity. It was you watching this channel then for the entirety of its time, for the last decade, that led to this moment, and I can't forget that. So I'm back on YouTube. So we have this series on the History Channel. I'm going to be back on YouTube roughly one time per week, filming a video here, keeping it real, delving deeper when it comes to things like getting stronger, hypertrophy, losing fat, optimizing your body composition, exercise tips, everything that I've done before on another level, because now I'll have more time. So I am done. Thank you so much for watching this video in particular. If you like the video, go ahead, like the video. But more importantly, check out the series and let me know what you think. We got a really cool second episode, I could say this, on Vikings. I give a shout out to Strongman. There's a lot of different things. I'm not going to ruin everything. But like I said, 9 episodes in the series. Thank you so much for watching. Check out the first episode. Let me know what you think. And I'll see all you guys, my rascals, in that next video. Peace.
I'm Omar and this is Ancient Workouts with Omar. In each episode, we examine the culture of one ancient group of warriors and try to apply aspects of their training, nutrition, and mentality into our own exercise routines.
Who are the Apache? What did their training look like? We got an expert on this topic. Medieval knights were the apex warrior of Europe. The skills that they developed during warfare stand the test of time. Hamstrings, glutes, lower back. Modern warriors, let's get started.